No matter where you are in business, this is a seminar, a webinar, a short, sharp Wednesday morning webinar for you. Whether you're a salesperson, whether you're a small business, whether you're a startup, whether you're medium, large, this area of marketing, I've just got so passionate about it this week because I've been talking to people from small, medium and large businesses, from startups, and this whole area of marketing, it can be a minefield, and at the same time, it's an area that if you don't get right, then you're going to fail. Most people have not studied marketing, have not studied any science of marketing or sales or lead generation in their life, and yet we struggle along. So let me just give you a couple of examples. And by the way, if you like what we're doing, please share it with your friends, because what we want to do, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in Hong Kong, whether you're in New York, whether you're in London, we want to empower people to be self-sufficient. Be they salespeople, be they business owners, be they chief execs. I mean, the more empowered people we have, the more empowered our country and our economy will be. And so the mission of the Everyday Empowerment Institute is to give people the tools that every day they are moving forward to realize their full potential in business, to be self-sufficient, particularly with this COVID. Victoria's in lockdown in Australia. No matter where you are, one, it's about managing yourself, being self-sufficient, self-managed. But today in particular, I want to talk about marketing. Our newsletter that we put out on Monday talked about the fact that marketing is way more than the 4 Ps, way more than the 4 Ps. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And by the way, my name's Lee Farnell. If you don't know me, then I've been involved in coaching, training, consulting, helping businesses right around Australia and around Asia, small, medium and large businesses, probably over 300 to 400 different businesses in 30, 40 different industries, from finance to retail to professional services, to helping people, human beings, systematically work in teams better to realize their full potential. So what I want to talk about today particularly is this area of marketing. So let me just share the screen with you, because people have gone through the university, gone through college. I've heard of the marketing mix. The marketing mix. What do we mean when we say the marketing mix? They talk about the 4 Ps. What's your product? What's your product? What is your product? What's your price point? What's your place? Where do people get your product? Do they get it in supermarkets? Do they get it online? Do they get it through multi-level marketing? How do they get your product? Do they get it directly from you? And what about promotion? How do you promote? Now, I'm fired up because just 2 days ago, I was talking to one of the people that I won't even say where I met them, because I don't want to identify them, but it's not an uncommon problem where this person had spent over 8 years at university, getting very specific in their area of expertise, passionate about their expertise. Talk about Ps, one of the Ps, way more than the 4 Ps. Passionate about their area. And again, you can be passionate about tax or law or social justice, or you can be passionate about fitness or life coaching or weight control. People are passionate about all sorts of things. In fact, my good friend Charles Kovas talks about the importance of passion, just as we are passionate, and I'm passionate about helping people be more self-determined to be able to run their own businesses, and if you work in a job, J-O-B, which my friend Robert Kiyosaki talks about, in the old days, it was about keeping people just over broke. But of course, I see today, Rio Tinto, where the chief exec won't get his $3 million bonus, but he'll still get $6 million. So, clearly a job is not for everybody being just over broke. But when we're talking about being self-determined, where you determine your own income, and that can be in sales, where you're working in real estate or within someone else's business, or whether you're running your own business, you need to understand this area of marketing. And this friend of mine, all this work they did, and of course, when they had a job, everything was okay. Once they went to set up their own business, it's a whole other story. And so they're struggling. Like, where do they get their leads from? Most people so in love with their product or their dream or their idea, particularly at startup level and small business level, that the idea of a professional scientific approach to marketing is just so far away. Yet, as Peter Drucker said, business has only two functions: marketing and innovation. If you don't have a customer, you don't have a business. If you don't have lead flow, you don't have cash flow. So where do you get your leads from? And you want a system for developing leads. The marketing mix. What's your product? You know, this friend of mine, the product was not clear. Clarity of product. And then, you know, price is whatever the customer was willing to pay. Placement, well, there's a website. When I went to the website, it was quite sad, very sad. The website didn't follow any of the science of marketing, what we call emotional direct response marketing, or the science of educational based marketing or digital marketing. It was just tragic. And this person is trying to run a business. Now, this is the word business, being busy, busyness. You can be busy doing the wrong things. You need a systematic approach. And as I say, it's way more than the 4 Ps. What we do when we're working with companies, this is all in what we call the yellow zone, the lead generation zone, the attraction zone. How do I attract the customer, the ideal customer that I want to get hold of in the pre-meet zone? Because then I need to go through these other zones that I'm not even going to talk to you about today, because it really is until you've got a lead, until you've got someone saying, hey, I'm interested in what you're talking about, you don't have a business. And so I'm going to run through some other P's for you, which is just tragic. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is, at the startup level, then often people are so passionate about their idea, but they don't really understand the product or even the problem that they're solving for the customer. I'm going to stop the share for a moment here. It really is sad, and you can tell I get somewhere between motivated and frustrated because I want to help as many people as possible. And by the way, if you go to my LinkedIn page, there is the post, the article where we flesh this out in more detail. And we've talked about the 3 key principles, way and above, 3 key principles way and above those 4 Ps of product, price, and placement and promotion. Let me start with 1. What is the problem you're solving? What is the problem you're solving? Who are you helping? Now, obviously, if you're in fitness, what you're trying to do is solve the problem of people saying, I'm not fit enough. I'm not fit enough. I want to get fitter, or weight control. I've got too much pudge around my belly, or you know, if I'm a family therapist, then it's like, you know, well, my wife and I we're arguing all the time, or gee, we're all about to break up, or the kids are hearing us argue, or if you're in debt. Then it's like, okay, how do I get out of debt? What do I do? Now, what we're talking about there is not only the problem you're solving, but what's the pain point trigger, the point at which the person says, I've got to speak to someone. So if you're talking marketing, then what you're going to be doing is saying, I want to enter the conversation. I want to enter the conversation that's going on inside my prospect's mind. Now, how do I do that? What is going on inside my prospect's mind, and how do I actually enter that conversation? Where is it? What is the so then that comes down to talking to prospect. What got you to call me? Even doing an online survey, asking 3 or 5 or 10 of your friends. One of the other key principles of marketing is you are not your customer. You are not your customer. You think, oh, doesn't everybody think like me? No, your customer may well not think like you. And in fact, in most cases, won't think like you. So you've got to get inside your customer's mind. And the winner in business is the group that understands, gets inside, understands their customer's thinking, understands their customer's pain point, understands their customer's internal dialogue, because you want to match that. Because when we're talking about when we're talking about emotional direct response marketing, there's a formula that we follow. And again, you might want to find out more. So Lee, send me this sheet, send me the worksheet on this. But it starts with, what is the problem? What is the pain point? Problem, in fact, the way it goes is this: problem, aggravate, invalidate, solve, prove, call to action. Now you say, what the heck was that about, Lee? Well, that is a formula that the great marketing guru Dan Kennedy used to generate billions of dollars in sales, in particular, not only B2C, business to consumer, but also business to business. The formula works, has generated, but you've got to start with, but most people start with their product. I've got this fantastic product. I've got this fantastic pen. It's a brilliant pen. I love it. I've spent so much time and energy on this pen. Or I've got this alcohol-based hand sanitizer. It's just we've put so much time and energy into it. In fact, here is another one. This is a hand sanitizer that's natural. It's a brilliant one. We've spent so much time on this hand sanitizer. We've spent $10 million on the research. We love it. People, it's natural. It's InvisiShield, and it kills 99.9% of germs. Come and get it. No, let's start with the problem conversation in the customer's mind. Mate, I'm using all this alcohol-based hand sanitizer, and I'm getting cracks in the hand, and my hands dry all the time, and my kids are using this kind of stuff 10, 20, 30 times a day, and my staff now I'm getting all these people complaining about cracks in the hand. And by the way, what these guys say is, as soon as you have touched something else, you've broken the seal. Your hands might have been clean, but as soon as you touch something, you contaminate your hands again. So whereas this, the all natural, is actually InvisiShield, that once you've got it on, it protects you. It's like a glove. So not only does it clean the germs on your hands, but it also protects your hands like a glove. And not only that, it protects surfaces. So you spray it on surfaces, so it's a double protection. Not only that, but volume-wise, you use 4 times as much of this as you do of this. This is far more efficient and cost-effective. So it's less damage on the hands. It protects you like a glove, protects surfaces, and it also is much more cost-effective. So why don't you try it? Why don't you try it? Which again comes down to what is your offer? What's the offer you're making to your prospects to give it a try, to sample your product? So it comes down to the problem conversation, as I say. Then there is the process and the promise. Now, you'll see when I was talking about this hand sanitizer, I didn't just talk about one feature, advantage, and benefit. I literally did what we call stacking. I stacked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 benefits, one on top of the other, to make it compelling, to make it a compelling pitch. What is your pitch? Now, it doesn't mean, you're going to dump information on people, but you want to have a systematic, and this is, again, why we talk about sales playbook and why you want a pitch formula. In fact, we talk about the pitch dance, the process you use to talk about your product and the payoff you get when you use. So again, coming back, what's the payoff? Well, first of all, not only do you get more protection and killing of germs, making the environment safer, certainly for your customers. If you have a restaurant or a coffee shop or an office, the people are way less likely to get contamination of colds, flus, other germs. Obviously, COVID, this has been proven, by the way, in an international laboratory, 99.99999 kill germs and certainly kill COVID. It's proven to kill the COVID virus and all the relations, the mutations of the COVID virus in one of the world's best laboratories. So you protect yourself and your customers. And of course, what that does also is it protects you from the potential for getting sued and or having your business shut down. So there's literally hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can save by using this, let alone feeling safe and secure at night. Give it a try. So you want to stack the benefit. How does that sound to you? So there's a process you use with a payoff. So the 4 Ps: price, promotion, place, and of course product. It's way beyond that. Problem, promise, process. What is your unique process? What is it that's so unique about your process that no one else does? What's the payoff? Where's the social proof? I mean, I went to this friend's website the other day. So where's the proof? There was no proof, let alone what was the product. And of course, the other point of product, it becomes down to packaging. I don't just mean the actual packaging, like when you buy a pen or you buy an Apple iPhone or an iPad, how it's packaged. I mean, when you package and bundle up your range of products and services so that you have, like McDonald's, small, medium, and large. So people have a choice of yeses, so that when it comes to the decision-making process, people have a choice. It's not a choice of yes or no, it's which of those products, which of those packages do I want? So there's a whole range. Now, at large business, we're doing some work this week, putting a marketing plan together for a larger business. And again, they'd done a marketing planning process back in 2016, but that's 4 years ago. Question is, how much of it did they implement? When I look at the website, they'd implement a little bit of it, but there's a whole range that's not implemented. And then I did not see the link between the branding and the branding of the product and the company with the lead generation system. I didn't see an annual marketing plan in place so that every 90 days, and in fact, ideally every 30 days, you're working on an annual plan so that in terms of campaigns and promotions, you're every 90 days at least, you're running a different campaign where you're promoting a different product or service, so that it's not just, let's just keep running ads. And then, by the way, we put a video together this week talking about it's not just frequency times reach. That is, who is my target market and where am I reaching? But how frequently am I actually communicating my message? Because what we know from a marketing point of view, at any point in time, only about 3% of people are in the market today to buy your product. That means 97% are not in the market today. But 30 to 40% may be in the market sometime in the next 6 to 12 months. So how do I make sure that your product, that our product is top of mind? It means frequency times reach. Now, the other component that the research shows is not just reach, but what is the emotional experience you're creating in your prospect's mind when you are communicating with them, which then comes down to also branding, which is P for perception. What do they associate you with? So when I say R.M. Williams, what do you think of? When I say Chanel, what do you think of? When I say Apple, what do you think of? Apple computers. When I say Samsung, what do you think of? When I say Qantas, what do you think of? When I say Volvo, what do you think of? Now, each of those associations didn't happen by chance. Qantas has consistently put out the message, we are the safest or one of the safest airlines. Volvo has constantly said, we own the word safety. Chanel, class, style. Rolls-Royce, Apple, cool. And so literally R.M. Williams, Australia, outback, farming, good wearing, so what word do you want associated with your business? Which again, we were talking to a marketing expert just yesterday, and she said, I want to find out, what is the voice you're speaking in to your marketplace? But more to the point, what's the heart? The heart. People connect with the heart. Because what the hell? I'm an engineering firm. What do you mean heart? I'm an accountant. What do you mean heart? I'm a law firm. What do you mean heart? No, what we know, business to consumer in particular, by 80% emotion, 20% logic. So what is the emotion? So here, when we're talking about Everyday Empowerment Institute, our heart is we want to give the tools, put the tools for success into the hands of the people, knowing that we want businesses to go from startup right up through what we call the ladder of business evolution, so that you can either sell out and or go public, and or as a founder walk away and still have an income stream, so that you reach that level of what we call affluence and change and power change. And again, you want to find out more about our ladder of business evolution, touch base with us, because we take you from startup because at each level of that ladder of business evolution, you need a different approach to marketing. You need a different approach to marketing. You need a different approach to sales. You need a different approach to strategy. And so we've got the systems, a systematic everyday approach. And let's just say you're a salesperson in a real estate company, or you're a business generator in an organization. As a salesperson, there's everyday empowerment disciplines that you want to do. Simple, easy, effective tools. In fact, I'm working with a real estate group, this week and next week, because each of those salespeople work in a company, part of an organization, and at the same time, they are in many ways self-employed, because their income, their cash flow is determined by their ability to market, brand, generate leads. Sure, they use the company database, which is a great asset. At the same time, they still need to work the database, which again comes back to marketing. How do you work your database? How do you build a community? How do you build a group of raving fans, which again is part of the marketing process? Because, by the way, we say, coming back to the what we call the sales circle of success. This one here, which I was just talking about before, where is it? The sales circle of life, one of my clients called this, is the yellow zone is all of the lead generation, marketing, positioning, training, preparation, planning. Then there is the actual journey you go on with a prospect in terms of meet and greet, developing rapport, connecting. And of course, what we're doing there in the orange zone is we're dealing with and overcoming the no trust, no like, no connection objection. Because the point is, if you don't have trust, don't have rapport, don't have a connection, then you're not going to get to the next stage very well at all, which is the discovery of the need. Why would the person tell you what their needs and problems are if they don't like you? People buy from people they like. And that's again why in the marketing, the importance of personal branding, company and personal and founder backstory is so important. By the way, talking of backstory, just yesterday, one of my people I know, my Zach that used to do my newsletters, sent me a fantastic email where he talked about one of the founders of Hewlett Packard, and I think it's David Packard. And David Packard had said something to the effect of, "Show me a person's metrics and I'll show you their results." I thought, well, that's fantastic. And then I dug a bit deeper, and one of the things Packard said was, marketing is too important to be left to the marketing department. What? Marketing departments won't be happy with that. But what does he mean by that? Marketing is too important to be left to the marketing department. Yeah, why? Because if you don't get your marketing right, you're not going to get your sales right. If you don't get your marketing and your sales right, you don't have a business. So the founders and the backstory and what we do and why we're passionate about what we do, whether it be R.M. Williams or Chanel, or whether it be Rolls-Royce or Apple, or whether it be the local pizza parlor, or whether it be the local accountant, who we are, why we're passionate, the backstory is so important. But in the marketing, coming down to discovery of the need, of course we want to discover the client's need. We don't just come in and start pitching a product and a solution. You want to systematically and strategically discover the client need. And what you're doing there is, one, you're gathering information to construct a solution that meets that client's needs and solves their problems. But two, you're overcoming the important objection and obstacle called, I don't have a need. Well, of course, if you don't have a need, then you can't sell a product or a service. The red zone is then when you say, well, based on what you've told me in the blue zone, let me talk about the range of options and services that we can do to help you. And away we go, talking about the solution. And here what we're doing is we are overcoming and dealing with the major resistance and objection of, you're of no help to me. You need to establish that you can be of help to the client. And again, in your marketing, of course, you are telling some of those stories and success stories, which comes up to social proof. And of course, then when you've established that you can be of help, then you're moving to green zone, where you're talking about and dealing with the major objection of no hurry. Oh, we can do it next month, next year, the year after. There's no hurry. In fact, I've had a client just yesterday talking about, Lee, we want to do that, but we want to do it in the next quarter. Well, I've made the point already. The next quarter, it means that every day you don't do what we do to help you, you're not making money. You're losing money. So you've got to have a system to deal with, prevent, and overcome the no hurry objection. And then here, the purple patches where we're talking about customer retention and growth. And this is the purple patch where what we're doing systematically is overcoming and dealing with the no growth, no customer retention, because you can put all this energy into winning the customer, getting the lead in the yellow zone, the marketing zone, where we're saying the big problem, no leads. Where do the leads come in? So in the purple patch, what we're doing is overcoming and dealing with the no retention and no growth, because way back the Bain & Co showed that if you can just minimize customer loss, you can double profits, because it's so much cheaper, so much more profitable to win another $10 from an existing customer than it is to go out and advertise and chase. The cost of acquisition is so high. So let's just go through this. Yellow zone, we're overcoming and dealing with and preventing the no leads problem, which means you're systematically building up multiple channels of leads, which is what we do when we're talking about marketing, way more than the 4 Ps. The orange zone is where we're dealing with and overcoming the no trust, no rapport, no connection barrier. The blue zone is where we're overcoming and dealing with the no need problem. The red zone is where we're overcoming and dealing with the no help, you can't help me problem. You can't fix my problem for me. And the green zone is where we're talking about and dealing with there's no hurry. And of course, as I say, the purple zone is overcoming and dealing with the no retention, no growth problem. So guys, if you want to find out more, you want to actually have a needs discovery conversation with us, a free conversation, what we can do is 1, have a conversation. 2, you go online and you actually do our short pre-meet survey to go, let's just drill down and help you get clear on where are the key areas for you to, the pain points, where are the problem areas in your business. And then let's do a mini strategic planning. Let's look at where are the gaps, where are you now, where do you want to be, and now let's put a plan in place to close that gap. And you can decide, do we think Everyday Empowerment Institute can help us or not? Let me say, we've got years, 35, 40 years of experience helping small, medium, and large businesses take their business to the next level, empower. It's exciting, it's invigorating. It really is fantastic to get a different approach. Coming back to my friend who's got their business, as the saying goes, look, you're not in the diet business, you're not in the accounting business, you're not in the coaching consulting business, you're in the sales and marketing of those businesses, because if you don't get the sales and marketing right, then you're not in the business. So find out more, click. Thanks for watching. And by the way, if you like what we do, then please share it with your friends, subscribe, give us some feedback so that we can help you get access to some of our other material, because we want to help you empower yourself, empower the people around you, change your business, change your prosperity. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.